Morning of good young grasshoppers. This is Corinne with another video, and today I just came on here to say, people please stop people pleasing. Listen, I understand wanting to be there for someone. I understand if you have a very compassionate heart and that's just who you are and you love taking care of others. And I understand you wanting others to know that they can call on you and that they have your support. However, that does not mean that they need to have 100% access to you. That does not mean that your life should revolve around them. That does not mean that they should only rely on you to help them get what they need. You are not God, and it is not your responsibility to take care of them and make sure that you are going out of your way every single time they need something, because they may need you or think that they need you, but at the end of the day, you need you too. I'm gonna say that again. You need you too. And you have to be there for yourself. And if that means saying no sometimes, then you need to ask God to give you peace and courage and confidence in saying no. Because I'll tell you, like my GPA told me, one time I was trying to go out of my way to help one of my friends, and I really wasn't in the right position, nor did I have the right means to be able to help this friend, yet I was still trying to do it. And my GPA told me that if a woman and her child were on an airplane and that airplane started to experience turbulence and they needed to put the emergency masks on, the woman needs to put the mask on herself first before she can help her child. Because she's not going to be able to help her child if she's constantly gasping for air to breathe herself. In other words, you need to be able to make sure you can breathe before trying to help someone else. So you need to make sure you are in a place to help that person. You need to make sure that you are mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically okay first. And it may sound a little selfish, but in all reality, in you taking care of yourself first, you're able to better take care of them. So that doesn't just mean doing favors for the person. It could mean a number of things. Okay, let's talk about financially. If someone asks you for money, one, you don't have to give them everything. If you only have or are only willing to give a certain amount, then are you still willing to help? Okay, so you can give that certain amount and also make sure that you give them a window of time to pay you back. Because if you just say, oh yeah, you can pay me back whenever, y'all listen, I've been there. I'm still waiting to get paid. It's been years. That was a whole joke. Oh my gosh. Also, you need to make sure you're giving within your means. It even literally says in the Bible, you need to give within your means. Because if you're giving to someone to help them out, but it's hurting yourself, then it's counterproductive, because at the end of the day, only one person ends up rising to the top, and you're helping that person by letting yourself stay at the bottom. No, y'all need to rise together. Come on now. We gotta get to the top together. That's how that works. I'm just saying. Okay. So, not just talking about financially, but again, like I said, in other realms too. If you're busy, if you have a busy schedule, you do not need to stop, drop, and roll. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you are in your day and you're doing something, you do not need to stop your day, drop what you're doing, and go roll with what they need or want. You do not need to do that. You are entitled to go about your day the way you planned to go about your day. I understand having, spontaneous changes in your day. However, it's not necessary. You need to make sure you're getting the stuff done that you need to get done first, so you don't have to stop, drop, and roll. Also, again, if you know that you're busy and normally during the day you have a lot on your plate, at night you need sleep. Okay, listen, the DND button is a thing. You better put that phone on do not disturb, because you need them Z's. Okay, so you need to make sure, I understand, midnight calls, emergency calls, and all that stuff, but again, you need to take care of you. Okay, again, you are not God. It is not your responsibility to take care of this person. It is God's responsibility. God can allow you to be there for that person sometimes, but if it ends in them relying on you more than God, that's not okay. You need to be aiming to please God, not to please them as well. So both of you guys' focus needs to be on God. Also, you need to make sure you are protecting your morals. Okay? I'll give you an example. So one of my friends called me. He had a non-emergency where for one of his exams, he was planning on taking that extra week to study because his exams were the following week. However, because of the surrounding circumstances, he ended up having to take his exam that specific day. And he called me and said, I know you don't normally do this. Listen, when they tell you that they know it's not something you would normally do, you better go ahead and start praying to ask God to give you the courage and confidence to say no. Because listen, you should not have to do something for someone that would put you in a place to compromise and go against your morals. This person knew that I don't believe in helping people cheat. I literally tell on myself. Listen, I'm going to tell you, for real, I tell on myself. There was a quiz that I took in college one time, and because of everything that I was going through, my classmates were trying to help me out, and so I had some extra help, right? I literally went to the professor, and I told her, I said, listen, I got help. I literally told on myself. And because I was honest and I still had integrity, she just used that as one of the lowest drop quizzes, so there wasn't like any like huge penalties. But going back to this person knows I do my best not to lie. Like, I try to be as truthful and as open as possible, and I don't like cheating in any form. Okay, so I wanted to salvage the friendship though. And in me doing that, I at first said fine. And then later, I think like 30 minutes later, I said, I can't do this. I can't. Because I felt like it was me letting him know that if the situation is big enough, then I'll do whatever. And even if it involves going against my morals. And I feel like that's also letting myself down. So I also felt like if I didn't do it, I would be letting him down. But at the end of the day, I would have been living in regret. So I needed to make sure I took care of this situation the way God saw best fit. So I told him no, but I gave him another option out. And I told him all about what an incomplete is, how you can get it, what you need to do, and what it means for you. But he didn't want to take that option. That was not my problem. That was not my problem. I was able to take myself out of the equation to save my morals, give him an option that could still save himself from his circumstances. And it was no longer in my hands. And I prayed about it. And then let me tell you, how about this? God ended up fixing the whole situation, and he didn't have to take the test that day. He ended up having extra time to take it. And God allowed me to tutor him and help him to make sure that he was ready. Because I was obedient and I protected my morals and I did not go against them. So you need to make sure you are protecting your morals. You need to make sure you are protecting your peace. Boundaries, healthy boundaries, really do promote healthy relationships of any kind. You need to make sure you are helping them within your means. Do not stop, drop, and roll. Blocking is a thing. I'm just gonna leave that one there. If you need to block somebody, if they really just feel like you need to be on their every begging call, no. Listen. Just like I said, walk away in that last video. Blocking is a thing if they don't get the hint. So, people, please stop people pleasing. I really hope you guys got something out of this video. Listen, this message is for me too. And I know a lot of people who are probably going to watch this, who knows me, know that this is for me too, okay? It took me a long time to learn this. But I'm growing day by day. And I hope and pray that you are too. So, with that being said, keep shining and keep smiling. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.